अपने कॉलेज की इज्जत की धज्जियां मत करो ऐसे.
Correct.
Great. Ravi Singh says yes. So, okay, what we are gonna do is, I understand the apprehension around turning on camera or keeping this more interactive. However, how we are gonna do this is, I want all of you to be active on your chat boxes. That is how we'll come to know and make the most out of this session. Otherwise, it will be just me talking. You guys are probably just listening to another seminar or lecture, and it may not really give you the essence of what we are trying to do here. uh, if you understand that, just put a boom in chatbot. Did I say bot? Chatbox. You guys did not understand what I said at all, did you? Interesting. Jaden likes it. Thank you, Jaden. Anyone else who understood it, or I have to like start it again? Great. Manohar, did you understand what I was saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know how to
So,
use
so first,
chatbot?
we'll give you an introduction.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Boyd sir and Sapnali
let
ma'am to
me
join in.
wait for 2 3 minutes. Let students join and then Sapnali also join. Then we'll continue. Okay. Sapnali said that she'll join for 2 3 minutes. Okay.
Sure, it'll be great. Yeah.
Nirmal, we will introduce you, but if you want to talk to a participant, you can talk for now. Then we'll introduce you. Then will you start your session.
Sure thing. Yeah, I just hope that everyone stays active on chat box, because otherwise this session is going to
Yes,
be
they
very
will. Don't
boring
worry.
for for everyone.
Yeah, they will. They will.
Yeah. Uh, Great. I think let's wait for ma'am and Boer sir, and then we can start. Maybe once a proper formal introduction is done, people might be more comfortable. In the meantime, I'll just turn off my camera until they join in. Okay.
Okay. Nirmal?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Boy sir is busy with meeting and Swapnali is also busy right now. So
Sure.
can we continue? And as and when they will get time, they'll join us.
Sure, sure. I'm
So,
ready whenever you are.
okay, so we'll start. Nijo,
Yes.
you can turn on your camera, Nijo.
Yeah. Good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Nijo Naina and we, the Council of IEEE CRC and WIE CRC, welcome you all to our event, Successful Startup Founders. We are pleased to introduce our speaker for the event, Mr. Nirmal Topiwala. Mr. Nirmal is currently the Chief Business Officer at Ajax. He is also the co-founder and CBO of VisaGuide. He was once system engineer at TCS. And not to forget, he is also an alumni of FRCRC. So without further delay, let's begin our session. Mr. Nirmal, you can continue from here.
Thanks, Nijo. Finally, some human interaction. I can see at least somebody is there. Uh, Great. The most proud thing that out of that introduction I can say is that I was an alumni of CRC, and it's that's where the journey started. I was informed that I have to speak for 20 minutes about myself, so I'm gonna bore you guys for next 20 minutes. Bear with me. Anyway, so yes, I started my journey at Agnes Bandra. It was the choice was because of bandstand, to be very honest. But then I realized the education standards were also quite high, and we are very lucky that we belong to the same college. And thanks to all the professors who made us believe that we can become something. So I think it all started there. My first startup venture was surprisingly in my second year of engineering. So I don't think so. I have shared this story with a lot of you, lot many people around. But we were really interested in robotics, and there was a time when robotics has just started. So we learned a few things, and 5 6 students came together and we started teaching robotics in schools to school students, 7th 8th 10th standards. This was one of the most successful ventures, I would say, because we did not have experience, we did not have any kind of understanding on business. We just knew technology and we knew who needs it, and that's how it started. We made some good amount of money, call it pocket money, but overall, that's when I realized that maybe I want to do something different. And I think it's the way we were molded in the college that we all realized that we want to do something different from that point onwards. Yes, as Nijam mentioned, my first job was in TCS. However, again, as I said, I realized that I want to do something different. So even though it's an IT company, I have never coded in my life in TCS. I was given a choice during the interview that, hey, either you can go and code or you can just forget about this job. And I was like, I am not coding. If you want to give me a job, I want this particular point in this particular stream in TCS to be worked upon. And they actually agreed to it at an earlier stage. Long story again, I'm not going to go there. Uh, Today, I have reached to a stage where I'm not just a CBO or co-founder of Ajax. By the way, it's an IT company, and we work on emerging technologies, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and most of our businesses in the United States and Singapore. However, that's just not it. Visa Guide, also Nijo mentioned. Visa Guide has been something that Visa Guide was my uh, one of the very close venture because I love to travel. And when I travel, I usually am out for 2 months, 3 months, staying in some remote locations, not connected at times. But it's fun because I love to help the communities around there, and it kind of is more fulfilling as compared to just making money. And I think this is one of the topic of today's conversation, that as an entrepreneur, what is success according to you? We'll come to this question later, but I want to probably just continue talking about myself, where so Visa Guide is again great stuff. Because of Corona, we had to stop the company, and it's still going on. Nonetheless, we are not deterred, and I believe in the future it may just come back up. I am currently I'm back in Bombay, by the way, but I have worked in the United States for a couple of years. When I was in TCS, I was in United States, and most of the people believe that in our college believe that US is the destination. Maybe that was not for me because I still have my visas. I was offered green card twice. Uh, I did not think of taking green card or continuing my visa, and I'm back in India. I'm trying to do something for the country, for the people that are very close to me right now, and I think that is what the impact that I wanted to create. So when you say a successful entrepreneur, I think it's a very vague term for people. Success defines different things, and I think that's where I wanted to start today. So before I move ahead, are you guys able to see me? I don't know, like,
Yes, so we can see.
So we can see.
okay. So before we move ahead, I really want all of us to do one thing. I want us to keep this interactive because I am not a person who talks a lot, and I believe you guys already know that because you guys are techies yourself. And as people who are coming from technology background, we are not very vocal about things. However, one thing I want to tell you guys is that I realized in these many years that um, if you want to be successful, it's not just technology that is going to help you. Just think about all the counterparts that you have right now. I believe you all are from computers, electronics. Someone would be from production background. Uh, but just think about all the people that you know around. How many of them already know technology or can do wonders in technology, and how many of them can actually translate those wonders into verbal communication? And I think that is the difference. So I believe since we are not much vocal, we can still keep it interactive, and I would really appreciate if you guys can use the chat or the camera or turn on your mics to speak with me. Otherwise, as I said, there is no point of this session. You are wasting your half an hour, and I'm probably just saying certain things which you may not even relate to. uh, do we concur, do we agree to that, or you have some other plans in mind?
Oh, we agree.
Anyone?
I agree.
Great. So I believe Saurabh is talking for entire batch here, and we are probably gonna continue this way only. Anyway, so before I start, I would love to know as to which all years you guys are belonging to. Like, is it just first years, second years, third years, final years?
I am from final year. B Electronics final year.
Great, electronics. Nice. Somebody's in. Kushbu is in third year. Anyone from first year? I'm gonna give you 30
Sir, I'm
seconds.
from
Use
third
this
year.
one. Great. Ellen is from third year. Also, if you guys can share your branches, I believe after I left, there are some really interesting turnarounds with respect to branches. We still have electronics. We do have electronics. We have computers. What has been added? Do we still have production?
Yes, sir, we do. So the electronics has now become electronics and computer science. Yes.
Great. Need of an hour. Yes. Great, great, great. What was the fourth one? IT. Do we still have IT?
Yes, yes, sir, we still have IT.
Oh, interesting. By the way, please don't call me sir. It's it's just very weird to hear sir. Nobody uses those terminologies. But yes, when you're in college, we definitely respect our professors. But when you're out, I think world has moved towards first name basis. So it just sounds really weird when somebody calls you sir. And ऐसा कुछ किया भी नहीं है अभी तक, where you would feel that okay, I need to call this person a sir. By the way, you guys understand Hindi, right? In between, or should I just keep it in English?
It's up to you, Nirmal.
Okay, I'm kind of lost here because usually when we do such kind of sessions and whenever I speak in front of colleges, the students are always excited and they really want to know what the person has done and how they can learn from it. Because as an entrepreneur, the first quality that I feel every one of us need to have is curiosity. That hey, how do I learn from this person? How do I make the most of the mistakes that this person has already made? What do I do of this 1 hour or 30 minutes that I get with the person who is around, who has probably seen the journey from bottom to top? So make the most of this time and ask me as many questions as you want to. Feel free to stop me or put the question on the chat and I will pick it up. Okay. Uh, anyway, so now I know you guys are from production, computers. I do see electronics, second year, third years. I don't see any first years. So I believe we are okay to use a little bit of technical terminologies. Okay. How many of you want to become an entrepreneur? Put it in the chat box. A simple me is fine. Just put it in the chat box. Great. Only 2 of you. Out of 37 people, 2 are sure, 2 are great. Great. Somebody says maybe. Interesting. Great. So I believe out of 38 people, 5 people are sure that either they want to become an entrepreneur or not. A couple of them are saying maybe. And remaining people do not have an idea as to what they are doing in this session. Is that a correct understanding? Wow, ma'am, you might be facing a real problem teaching online, I would say.
Yes, online classes are really very quiet.
Yeah. Okay, guys, first of all, this is not your class, okay? If you do not make the most out of it, at least all the people who want to become entrepreneur or they have some doubts that whether they want to, they don't want to, I think this is not your class. This is the time when you actually make the most out of it, because you may not really get a lot of chance to interact with industry leaders. Okay. So just saying that be interactive and tell me as to what it is. Anyway, so moving ahead, I see at almost around 7-10 people who are sure. Remaining people, it's okay. We'll come to that point. Second question that I have is, what according to you is success? And I'm gonna pick up one person to answer this question. Let's go with Ron. Did I pronounce it correctly, Josh?
Yes, yes.
Okay. What is success according to you?
Success means achieving our goals, our dreams, ambitions, achieving our ambitions.
When would you consider yourself successful, or anyone else? Ron, are you still there? Are you?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
thinking about it.
Okay. Cool. In the meantime, since Ron is
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah. Achieving my goals, like sort of achieving my goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go to someone else who has responded. Eldon. Eldon, sir. Eldon, same
Yes,
question.
sir. So I believe, sir, success is something that you achieve when you are able to fulfill your ultimate goal. For example, like I am into sports, so my main aim in sports is to win international medals. So that's one aspect of my success. That's one of my aims.
Great, great. So you would say that once you have bagged an international medal, you are successful.
And another main aim of success is to be consistent in your in your field. If it's not
Great.
like you simply, just get one medal or one side of achievement, you have to be consistent over a period of time.
Totally makes sense. Excuse me. Totally makes sense. Consistency is very important. It's not just about achieving something, but it's about staying there. And I think let's go ahead and then I'll come back to Eldon's point. Anyway, I have Aniket. Aniket, what is success according to you? Is Aniket still there or he left? Aniket, are you
Yes,
able to hear me?
success is something you want to achieve. Your goal the very as you planned earlier.
Okay, and when would you consider somebody successful?
Regarding to this session to become a rich entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But okay, let's say the session is not there. What exactly would you consider a successful person as? Like, who is successful person in your mind?
So the successful person who's the one, he's very financially stable. We can say that have
Okay.
high bank balance.
Okay. Okay. Let's go to the next person. I am going to pick up all you guys, and I have a lot of questions to ask. So be ready with your answers. Just because I'm not asking it to everyone doesn't mean that you don't have to think about the answer. Whenever I ask a question, think about the answer in your mind, because where we are going with these questions, it will really help us to build a bridge and connections. Okay. So let me go to Vamika. Vamika, what is success for you? This is much better. I think Sumanto has just shared something on chat. But Vamika, in the meantime, if you can share something about the question, what is success according to you, and whom would you consider successful? I believe Vamika is sleeping, so we'll let her sleep and we'll go to Meherzad. Meherzad,
Yes.
would you like to take a stab at the question?
So to achieve whatever you put forward, your aim,
Mm-hmm.
that's success.
Okay, so if you say that your aim is to complete engineering, that is successful according to you.
Yes.
Okay, and after that?
After that, you put another aim.
Okay, great. I think most of the definitions are correct. I do not want to indulge into more questions right now. I mean, more answers right now with the same question. But then, yes, I think success definition changes from person to person. And it is, some people feel that, okay, having a good financial stability is success. Some people feel, as Sumanto said very rightly, that successful person is someone who has self-satisfaction, fulfillment. Or as Sujay mentioned, it is about changing your imagination into reality. I think as an entrepreneur, it is very important to define what is success for you, because not every time you would run behind a goal which ultimately translates into the society's definition of success. And I think that is the first point that I want to share with you guys today, that define what your success is. It could be, as Mehrzad mentioned, it could be probably at this point, it could be just about completing your engineering, getting good scores, excuse me, maybe getting a good company later or start your own thing. But every time define as to what your goals are. Most of the entrepreneurs fail there as to what they really want to achieve in next 1 year or 2 years or 5 years. And it's not that once you have decided something that you will be sticking to that. I'll give you a very good example. I started with Visa Guide. However, I was working on multiple other things at the same time, just to gain more knowledge, gather more understanding from my peers, my fellow entrepreneurs, could be my seniors, could be my juniors. And it's always great to learn from these people and ensure that you have all the information that you need to get to that right definition of success. And you know what I reached to? You guys want to know what my definition of success today is?
Yes. Yes, sir, definitely.
For me, I really closely feel to what Sumanto has shared. For me, it is about fulfillment. I mean, at one point, I realized that, okay, you can make 1, 2, 10, 20 lakhs a month and maybe more, 1 CR, 20 CR, 50 CR a month. But then what happens after that? What does real life really has to offer to you? I mean, according to the lifestyles that we are living today, maybe in Bombay, if you are living in Bombay, maybe 50,000 is also enough for someone, or somebody needs for 5 lakhs. So there is no limit to it. But what is the fulfillment? Is money making a fulfillment for me? Not anymore. I think for me, it is about helping the society, creating an impact. And that is why I became an entrepreneur. I think, as I did briefly mention about my first entrepreneurial venture or idea about robotics, teaching robotics to school students. I think why it was very important, or why I feel today when I look back, why I feel it was the most successful startup for me, even though we just did it for like 5 months and we are like, okay, we are satisfied. But why it was so important for me is because we were able to make an impact. And even today, those students that we have taught to, they are in touch with us through Facebook, through Instagram, through LinkedIn. And I think that is what success for me was at that point of time, even though I did not realize it. I took almost 8 years to understand what my definition was. So it doesn't mean that whatever you understand or whatever definitions you have today is the right or final destination that you're looking at. I have reached to a stage where I feel for me, helping community, helping society is more fulfilling. And that is where I'm creating an impact. That is where I'm using my education the most. That is where I'm using my privileges, resources the most. But again, this is my personal definition. So it's not that your definition has to be same. I'm just sharing certain essence of what my thought process has become today. Cool. Any one of you wants to add something around success, or can I ask you a next question? Assuming your silence is about next question. Okay.
According to me, success is establishing a chain of businesses, and then from that money, I can help the society.
Great. Yeah, I think Saurabh is already thinking in 2 steps.
And so I can means encourage other people to be an entrepreneur and start their change too.
Great, great. I think Saurabh, what Saurabh just mentioned is it's what we usually do in planning phase. And I think one of the points that I wanted to touch base upon is planning. Uh, as engineers, we usually just look at things from technology perspective. Out of 100% people here, it is highly possible that 95% of the people, if they want to become an entrepreneur, the first thing they'll think of, okay, I'll create an app, or I'll create a tool, or I'll create something which is more related to technology. But most of us fail to understand that the major part about being an entrepreneur or a successful business in the definition of the word is not about just building something. It's about selling that thing. And since we come from the tech background, our mindsets are usually towards building things, which is great. We need people who are innovators in the world today. We need people who are trying to make things better. However, we also need people who can translate those things, which in the language of common man, a common person who can understand it. So what Saurabh just mentioned about okay, as a first step, I'm going to do this. As a second step, I'm going to do this. This is where planning comes into picture. You need to plan. One of the person, I don't remember which person answered that, but one of the person said that, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to make money. I want to make money. And after that, what? We never plan for next step most of the time. For us, it is final goal. I think somebody said that I want to get international medals. Great. What is next? And that's where the consistency part came into picture. Are you guys getting the thought process here, or is it just like too
We are getting.
low? Too okay, great. So the idea was that the person already knows that he has to stay consistent, and this is where I think planning comes into picture. Most of the entrepreneurs or startups, they fail because they do not plan. And I think we all understand, I'm sure since you are here, I believe all of you have gone through the statistics. Out of 100 startups that start every year, almost 92% fail. Remaining 8% fail, remaining out of 8%, remaining 4 to 5% fail in the second year. And maybe hardly 1 or 2% startups are the ones which actually crosses 3-year limit, 3-year line. And this is the reason why this happens, is because every person focuses on building things, but they do not really focus on sustaining those things. And that is where the problem usually lies. So whenever a startup founder comes to me that, hey Nirmal, what do you think I should do? The first thing I ask them is, okay, what is your selling plan? How are you going to reach out to the customer? How would you really think about bringing this into the market? What is your time to market? Or how do you actually ensure that the people would love the product? Is it the right time to go into the market? I want all of you to think about these things if you are looking to become an entrepreneur. I'm sure there are thousands of ideas. Do you think Facebook was the first idea of social media? No. Facebook was not a first idea for social media. Orkut was already there. I don't know whether you guys are aware of it or not, but Orkut had. Anyone knows Orkut? Anyone here?
Yes, yes.
I mean, most of the people they shifted from Orkut to Facebook. I remember
Exactly.
Orkut being there.
Exactly. Anyone thought about the reason as to why that happened?
Not sure about that.
Because Facebook had much more connectivity and much more features compared to Orkut, and it changed itself with the time, kept adding more features.
Exactly. Facebook knew its target audience much better than Orkut. Simple statement in a single line, if I have to say, if you don't understand your target audience, your entire planning fails. So first point when you start planning is to understand as to for whom you are building a product. I believe most of you are probably in the idea phase right now. You have an idea, you probably want to turn it into something that is reality. Think about who your target audience is, understand them better. Facebook invests hundreds of $1 million just in understanding and researching about the different demographic and their mindset, and it changes according to time. That is where Orkut failed. So it's not that you have to be the first mover in the market, it's about how you execute your planning. And I think that is the second point that I want to talk about, which is execution. Let's say you have spent 60%, 70% of your time in planning, the next 30% is execution. Anyone here is aware of plan, do, act, cycle, PDCA? Anyone? You guys have heard of these terminologies? Fishbone diagrams?
No.
DMAIC? None. Okay, great. Uh, these are basically different methods that many people have worked upon in last 20, 30, 40 years to make it accurate. What in a nutshell, it is about planning, execution, again looking at how the execution is working and what is the difference between the actual planning and the execution, find out the delta and repeat. In a nutshell, this is what it is. But most of these processes, I think if you guys are really interested, you guys probably want to go ahead and look into these processes as to how people are doing it. Tandu, Check Act, DMAC, Greenbelt, Six Sigma. I don't know whether I'm just throwing names, but then you guys need to really go and understand these things. You don't have to get certifications on it, but you should know what these things are because it will really help you as an entrepreneur. Okay. Anyway, going. Hey, anyone wants to leave, it's completely fine. I don't feel bad about it, and not a problem. Anyway, the next question that I have for you guys is, tell me about one person that you found inspiring in last 1 year, not the entire life, just 1 year. Okay, and I'm gonna pick up Drumil. Is Drumil still there? Again, I'm assuming Drumil is sleeping. We'll go to Saptarshi. Saptarshi, are you there? Okay. Assuming Saptarshi is also not there, anyone wants to take a stab at this question as to which person or which personality or what event has inspired you in last 1 year? Just 1 year. Somebody raise a question. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got inspired by Ratan Tata, the way he means helps other people to means he helped one person who had just built a project, so he gave him finance to it and then helped him to start up his business. And exactly don't remember the name of the person, but I read it somewhere.
Interesting. Interesting. Sujay, you had also raised your hand. You want to say something about it? Excuse me. Sujay? Okay. Anyone else wants to say something? Who inspired you? Especially the people who really want to become an entrepreneur. Anyone? I believe Alden has said something. Niket has said something. You guys want to take a stab as to who inspired you? Because entrepreneurship is not only about making your own mistakes; it's about learning from other people's mistake and piggybacking at times. So, anyone you feel inspired by any events, person?
So like you said that in the past 1 year, it has been a very difficult year for many businesses, and many of the businesses were almost shut. I mean, I know few people who had to even shut their gyms and all. Like I know a person who had owned two gyms, and then one of his gym had to be shut. But I was really inspired by people who were able to keep up and sustain during this lockdown. So there are many businesses who have been able to sustain themselves within this lockdown, and they have had various ways to solve the issue of probably delivery services. Like they had a contactless delivery service where they had a trolley and they would send it down. Some used the idea of drones, and various other businesses had ideas where they basically solved the issue that came in front of them.
Right, exactly. So, Ellen, based on that, what do you think these people did as compared to other people whose businesses are shut today?
So I believe they have sat down and brainstormed towards how they can meet their. First of all, their main objective is to provide service to their customers, and that is their main goal. So they could have done it through any mode of delivery, as if it could be in person or contactless. But the main issue here was the medium through which they would actually deliver the service. So that's where they probably took some time out to discuss how would they solve this issue, and provide it to their customers so that their customers wouldn't eventually leave them, and they would keep their service on and keep them contented, and thereby also grow their own business, so that there would be a win-win situation on both sides.
Exactly, exactly. I think in a nutshell, the businesses which survived, they adapted. Corona, COVID-19 hit us in March 2020, and I think most of the businesses were shut. We were one of those people who were facing this problem because, just to give you an example, Ajax has a team of 54 people today. We do a huge business in millions of dollars right now. 70% of our business comes from United States. Another 20% comes from Singapore, and remaining 10% goes into 7 different countries. India is one of the smallest market that we have right now. And considering that US and European markets were hit the most, we did see that this is going to hit us earlier because and if we want to sustain, we have to ensure that we have to adapt to the new situation. And I think new situation was remote work. And that is where I believe most of the businesses, they started being more innovative. Innovation was not only in terms of technology, but in terms of the processes that we have set up. From last March to today, we have grown by 180% in just 1 year. Our team size has grown by 180%. Our volumes have grown by 180%. So the world, when they were facing problems and people were worrying about sustainability, we were actually growing at a rapid rate. And just a side note, and I'm very proud of this thing, but Government of India has recognized our company as one of the companies that care, because the people who are working with us, they did not just get their salaries on time, they also received their bonuses, promotions, as well as all the amenities that their families needed. So I think one thing that Eldon rightly mentioned is about how you planned, how you ensured that your customers are running their, I mean, getting their services well. At the same time, you are running the show in the most appropriate manner. And this is next point that I want to touch base on. As an entrepreneur, it's not always a rosy picture. When you talk about a successful entrepreneur, it is not that somebody has already reached there and in a day they receive this success. It's not an overnight. I think somebody said this, that my overnight success had 10 years of hard work. And that's a very true statement. People don't really understand that it's not just an upward direction, because there are times, there are instances when you will face a roadblock, the businesses will get a hit and you will go down. The most important thing when when you're facing such kind of challenges is to ensure that you don't lose faith. Patience and perseverance are two things that I want to give you today. Like these two words, keep that in your mind whenever you are looking at being an entrepreneur. Without this, it will be very difficult. The moment you lose your patience and you stop working towards your goal, I think that's where you have lost the battle. You will become part of those 92% people who are closing their shops in a year. So just just to give you another story, I did tell you about how we grew by 180%. However, that's not the only positive story. When Corona was not there in 2018, I think we slumped so badly that on a personal note, I had just 440 rupees in my account at that point of time. We literally slumped. And then we started growing again from that point. And now we have reached to a stage where we will not slump. What I'm trying to share here is that it was that particular moment when we were going down is when we realized that we are doing something very wrong. And this is one of the things that most of the entrepreneurs kind of believe in. They have their idea. Their idea is a $1 billion idea all the time, and they stop listening to other people's ideas, opinions, suggestions. It's not that you have to take everyone's opinion and act on it, but you have to empathetically listen to everyone and understand as to what they are trying to say, understand more perspectives, humility. is something that has to be there. Absorbance is something that has to be there. The moment we started doing it, we realized how wrong we were going, how illusionary the entire world was when we were rising as an entrepreneur, and then we dropped down completely. And then from that moment onwards, we started rising again. So I think these mistakes really help you become a better person, not only with respect to your entrepreneurship, but as a person overall. You really feel, you get humbled, and then you realize, oh, okay, how important it is to really stay humble and down to earth. Am I making sense to you guys, or you guys are trying getting some ideas, understanding so
Yes,
far?
sir.
Yes, we can understand.
Great, great, great. So I want to hear out some of the ideas. Anyone has any idea about they want to work on anything?
Actually, I'm working on a project, IoT-based smart shoe for the visually impaired person. So we
Nice.
are trying to means launch it as a product within next year.
Interesting. Interesting. And
Means we
what?
are
Hmm?
yeah means
Go
it
ahead. Go
is
ahead.
means we are means trying to add features like means SMS service and means tackling the situation when the person enters a no network area. So what he'll do to send the message when he is in when he needs some help. Means like something happens like his shoe breaks down. Means some of the components don't work. So means we have introduced a help switch, but it won't work in a no network area. So we are trying to tackle the situation on a means real in a real life situation.
Interesting. I love that idea, Saurabh. I have to say this is really nice. Really nice. Do you want to do a small exercise on your idea right
Yeah.
now? So what we are going to do is, I think we have some 20-25 odd people on the call. Uh, People who are are your co-founders or people who are working with you on the call already?
No, they aren't on the call right now. Means I have three partners. One is Pankaj and one is Janmanja.
Great,
And me.
great, great. So I believe none of you knew what Saurabh is working on. Is that a correct understanding, Saurabh? Beside you,
Yeah.
nobody here knows what
Uh,
you are working on.
Means some people know actually means who are in the same class, and means ma'am might be knowing.
Okay. So people who do not know what Saurabh is working on, did you understand his idea right now? Any names, Saurabh, you can tell me that, okay, this person may not know what you're working on. Gautami. Does Gautami know? Gautami, are you there? Okay. Interesting. Okay. Anyone else? Does Eldon know? Eldon has been chirpy. Eldon, you want to take a stab at this?
So I haven't exactly understood what he was trying to say, but if you could just elaborate about this project, maybe I could get more insight about it.
Sure. Saurabh, your first feedback is you need to work better on your elevator pitch. When you are
Yeah.
explaining your idea, if the other person is not understanding your idea, you lost your investor then and there itself.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to take another stab for Eldon as to how what you are doing?
Yeah. Actually, we are developing a shoe for the visually impaired person using a blink app. So it will means actually send a help notification when the person is stuck in some place to his relatives. So we are trying to develop a means develop the shoe and add features like GSM to send messages and means many other features. Actually, we are planning to tackle the situation of no network area to help the person to means tackle the situation
Great.
in a
Eldon,
proper.
do you get a gist of it now?
Yes, better just it's. I believe it's basically an SOS product where where a visually impaired person can immediately contact uh, a dear or close one when he or she senses that he or she is in a difficulty. So basically, an activation of a certain button could help send a distress signal to for help.
Great, almost there. Yes.
Yeah, and we use GPS technology. Means we send the exact location of the person where he's stuck. So the relative might know. Means will come to know where the person is stuck at the moment. So he'll send help accordingly to the situation and according to the timing of the person. Means and the availability of resources. Yes.
Great, great. So based on Eldon, coming back to you, based on your understanding now, what would you say will not work in Saurabh's idea? I want you to be, so this exercise that we are doing is called 12th man exercise. This is something that we developed in our company where anyone who is working on any new initiative or idea, there will be one person whose whole job is to find the negative points in the idea. The goal here is if Saurabh is able to answer all the questions of Eldon, which every one of us agree on, that means Saurabh's idea does not have any flaw. But if he is unable to, that means he still has to work on that idea. Again, why we are doing this? So that Saurabh understands as to what other things he needs to work on to ensure that his idea, which is by right now, personally, I find really amazing, will become successful when they launch it next year. Okay. So Eldon, go ahead. What do you think will not work in Saurabh's idea?
So like he himself pointed out one negative point, saying that at places of no network, there would be issues. So then this is one where he has himself portrayed a negative point. Another point I feel is that if because of wear and tear, a certain component might get spoiled. So and at a point of in a real life situation when the person wants to really send out a distress signal, he or she would not be able to send one. It would be fatal to that person itself. And if you would like to include a real life situation where the person is being assaulted or taken advantage of, that could be like the worst case scenario. And if the person through some accident might damage the components on the shoe, he or she would not be able to send a distress signal in any situation.
Good points. Saurabh, you have the answer for that?
The distress signal can be sent. Means we have a health switch, so it will be able to send the means distress signal to the relative. On the no network area issue, actually we are working it out because that's the main challenge.
Great. So I think you found one. Sorry, go ahead, Eldon.
So, but then how does the health switch work? Like, does it work when someone damages the component, or if someone is trying to switch it off on purpose?
Actually, even if it means it is if even if it is switched off, the person will be able to send the GPS signal to the relative.
So I think sort of what Eldon is trying to say is there is a mechanism that you need to put in where it's more like an SOS mechanism that hey, not for the people but for your system, that hey, this is damaged. And what happens if the GPS itself is damaged? So I think you need to again think of okay, certain use cases that okay, in this particular use case this is what is going to happen and this is how we are going to come out of it. In the second use case this is how what is going to happen and this is how we are going to come out of it. 2-3 more points from my side that I see. You want me to become a person who is a 12th man right now? But I don't want you to lose your confidence when I ask you this
No, you
question.
can.
Or we can do this offline if you want to.
No, it's okay.
No, let's do it offline. That's much better. Okay?
Nirval, thank you so much. But you share your details actually, email ID to, if you don't mind, to our students. Students, he is a very good student. I will never forget in my life actually.
Okay, I have a very good story if you guys are ready. So, so one day I don't know whether we still have this attendance system in pages or not, but I and my best friend, we would just give proxies to each other, and I would never be able to go to the college for the first lecture. And my bad luck, the first lecture would always be Swapnali ma'am's. I don't know why, but she would always be there. And every time I am late, one day she was so frustrated. She was like, okay, Nirmal, you are here. Now nobody else is coming in the class. You are the last person always. And one day I gave proxy of my best friend. Somehow I was there in the lecture and he was not. And she knew us so well. She actually caught us and she yelled in the hallway, and I was so scared. It was like Nirmal coming in the hallway, and I'm like, okay, something is really wrong today. But yeah, I mean, we loved you, ma'am. I mean, we still talk about you like whenever we meet up. Recently, I met Aditya Dev Singh and Jayesh and Roshni. We were just talking about you. So
My
it was
profile, my profile is Bush because of your class only. IEEE, yeah, networking and everything is Bush your class. Actually, I will never, because I know 1 to 69 roll number, every roll number with name I know very well actually.
yeah, you are our
He's
favorite.
a good student in practically also. Actually, whatever he had done in the college, practically, theoretically it's perfect, no doubt, but practical also. And he has a startup of the ISA. Actually, Bhoi sir also want to meet you, but I
Yeah,
think he
sure.
was busy, and I'm sorry, I was busy with one competition actually, doing
Oh,
judging
nice.
there.
Nice, nice, nice. No worries, no worries. I think I'll definitely try to come down to college someday. But ma'am, you are being too kind and generous. I was not as good student as you are telling these people to be. By the way, guys, do you know I have scored 0 in Boyd sir's subject after taking a supplement that on top of it? So it's not that I was yes, of course, we used to, for the finals we used to be sincere, and practicals, yes, we used to be very much sincere. I believe Sapnali ma'am have wanted to send us to Delhi also sometime, and then we were like, oh, okay, I think hum log utna acha shayad nahi jante. But uh, overall it was fun days. Thank you, ma'am, to both of you actually, for making it fun. I mean, at that point of time we did not really realize it, but 9 years down the line, we do feel that, yeah, we definitely miss college. Anyway, coming back to the point that we were having. So anyone else sees any problem in Saurav's idea? Oh, no one. Only Alden thinks it is having some problem. Interesting. Interesting. Anyway, cool. So Saurabh, I do see 2-3 problems. We can do this offline. You can connect with me. Here is my email address, or you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I'll try to respond to you at earliest. Okay. But anyone else has any idea that they want to share today and get it vetted? What we are doing here is what you as an entrepreneur will do when your idea is out. You are actually trying to pitch your idea to investor, and those guys will not give you money if you do not satisfy them. Just to give you an example here, Eldon, based on our conversation, do you think you would invest 100 rupees in Saurabh's idea?
Not if I'm completely convinced that the loop or the negative points couldn't be solved.
Exactly. Also, in addition, Eldon, you never asked him if, as an investor, when you're looking at it, you really want to understand that if the idea is going to make money or not, because as an investor your goal is, as a promoter or builder or creator, his goal is to make change in the world. But as an investor, your goal is not to just make change in the world.
Fair point, sir.
Right. So Saurabh, I think you want to understand that also, as to how you are going to really push this out. Again, let's take this offline, because I don't want to I don't want other people to feel that this is not really making sense to them. Anyone else has any idea they want to share? This is a time, trust me, this is a time when you can do that. No one else has anything that they feel that is worth sharing. You know, one of my and don't feel whether it is a good idea or a bad idea. I think we are just people who are trying to brainstorm things around here. Anyone? Alan, you have any idea?
Sir, actually, I have one. It is actually a sports-based application.
Mm-hmm.
It is a product that is already existing, but the cost for the user is a little higher than expect for the person to spend.
Mm-hmm.
And if the person who is even providing this service puts it at a very low price, it would be difficult for them also to make money at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe this product has a lot of meaning. The target audience is massive. The range can vary from any age. The age range is a huge range. So basically this product it's a series of sensors that are placed at various parts of the body. For example, all your joints, your muscles like your hamstrings, your abdomen, your chest. And what this product actually does is it basically does a gait analysis of your body by doing various activities like running, running or various exercises. And this product gives you a 3D model of yourself, and it also provides a feedback on how well or how bad your body has done.
Mm-hmm.
So this company is called Vayu, and the product's name is Equilibrium. But apparently the service cost for this product is a little high. But what I believe is that if we can find a better alternative to these sensors, or these sensors can be made from different parts where they are not as costly as they are right now. We can provide them to grassroots level clubs that can actually use this to analyze athletes and various sports persons to improve their performance in sports. Actually, I
Right.
even got the chance to try this product hands-on a few weeks ago. It gave me a response on how fast I was running, the cycle each leg took, then the air time between each stride length, and it also told me that the joint is moving in the X, Y, or Z direction, and the rotation, how much rotation it takes. It also showed uh, it had colored indications. So the green was to tell that this is the good part of your body. The yellow is that these are the concerned parts of your body that you should look upon, and the red showed that these are the parts that are actually negative, that are going on in your body, and you have to work upon it. An AI based algorithm also provides feedback to the user to do such a series of exercises to correct this mistake. So a lot of technology is being used in this, due to which the cost is really high. But I feel that the cost can be reduced, and it can be provided to like a simple club, a local district level club cannot afford this, because it's a service that is to be taken on a base of subscription, and it's not a product that can be used only for once. I mean, I use it for once, but I believe it has to be used over a period of time. Thereby, you create a graph of yourself as an athlete. Either you are improving or you are not improving.
Makes sense. I think this is a brilliant idea, and then I believe there is someone that I know who is probably who would be very much interested. I think so. She represents India for badminton. She is in the league of Saina Nehwal and PV Sindhu.
Great.
And once you are ready, I think she can be someone who would really be interested in understanding how this product works, because these athletes. So okay, one thing that you mentioned, I think cost is a biggest problem. When you say if the market is huge, that's not a right accurate statement. I would say the market is only where people are able to buy it. That's your market. Overall market could be 100 people who are playing sports, but if the buying capacity is of 20 people, then your market segment is 20 people, and you want to get reach to these 20 people. Eventually it will grow to 20 to 30 or 50 or 100 also. However, right now the focus should be on just 20 people, as to how would you convince these 20 people to become your early adopters. Any entrepreneur, I think the selling part, again, I am going back to the first point that I had touched based upon, that selling is the most important thing. It's not just building the product. Second, your TA is not only athletes, but their coaches. I think the coaches wants to know as to which athlete is doing where and what and how they can improve. And I'm saying this because I am a sports person myself, and I represented college teams also, just FYI. Anyway, the idea is that coaches would really want to know. I can actually, and of course, sports physiotherapists. I can actually connect with you with Indian volleyball team's physiotherapist if your product is ready and you are ready to pitch it to them. Let me know. Again, you have my email address. You can reach out to me whenever you are ready. Okay.
Definitely.
But I do see there are a lot of problems here still. Anyone wants to take a stab at what other problems are there in Eldon's idea? Everyone has understood the idea?
Can you explain it a bit once again? Alden?
Eldon, in less than 30 seconds, give me an elevator pitch.
So, sir, it is an end-to-end product solution that is designed. It is a series of wearable sensors that will give you a complete analysis of your body and also provide solutions to flaws that it finds in your body, physical flaws that are found in your body. It gives the AI algorithm provides a solution to it, where so that you can improve it, and the next time you run, you are trying to run in the ideal way possible. Not only running, various other sporting activities, any kind of physical activity in general.
Saurabh, that makes sense to you? Anyone else has?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I had one question. Alden, now if suppose I'm playing cricket and I am means I'm a wrist spinner, so does it detect the amount of rotation the wrist makes, and
Yes,
according to
definitely.
the
Yes,
means international standards allowed for wrist spin bowling?
it gives you the angle of rotation as well. So how and what degree your joint has rotated, your wrist, your ankle, your elbow, and your knee. All of this is given. Basically, the degree, the amount, the number of degree it has rotated, it gives. So your body normally, when you run or you are doing any activity, is in 3D motion. So you are moving in the XY, the YZ, and the XZ plane. So let me give you an example of running, since it's more familiar to me. So when I run from one point to another, I am running in one plane. Let's take like it's in the XY plane. But as you run, your body is also moving horizontally in the left and right motion as well. Even your motive is to run from back to front. Your body is moving left and right. So there is motion even in the other plane as well. Sometimes as there is fatigue as you run, your biomechanical movement tends to slump. It kind of gets, as you get tired, the style of running gets a little different. So the way you run can basically make you more slow. And this movement is, like I said, in 3D motion. So there is rotation of every portion wherever the sensor is kept. I mean, I have the report also, of which I even tried this product as well.
Interesting. Saurabh, does that give you an understanding of what he's doing?
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
it solve? You have any other 12th man points that you can find? Anyone else can find it? Sumanto, you want to take a stab at it? I think Sumanto does not want to. And then I do see a lot of problems in the overall product. I think if you want, I would be happy to jump in and do this exercise with you offline. But right now, what I want to share with everyone who is part of the call is that the exercise we just did is the reason why I am successful today. This is what we used to do. We would discuss our ideas with fellow entrepreneurs, not with anyone random who might just take away the idea, execute it, and and probably come up with a better product or better way of representing it. But people that you really trust, people who or people who really want to see every other person grow in the group. Discuss these things with them, because this is where you will find out new perspectives and problems in your idea, because all these people are going to be your customer at some or other point. It is possible, even if they are not, they would definitely give you some ideas. The point that I'm trying to make is, it is not always a competition. If you want to be successful, focus on collaboration. The more you collaborate, the faster you will grow. The more you collaborate, the longer you will go. Because if you think about competition, you're always trying to cut the other person. However, the markets are so huge, and everyone has a good chunk or piece in the market. So if you think about collaboration, I think the growth of your startup will be much faster. Going back to the example that I had given earlier, about our growth of 180%, it's not because we competed with other people who are already there in our business. There are thousands of companies who are doing research and innovation in AI. There are thousands of companies who are there are millions of companies who are tech companies, right? Our goal was not to compete with them. Our goal was to collaborate with them. And that's where all of us grew together. Fun fact, I am currently on the advisory board of a company called Y. These guys are working on neuroscience. Do you guys know what neuroscience is? Yes, no, yes, no. Otherwise, you may not really get what I'm trying to say next. But I believe your silence says that, yeah, you do know neuroscience. So we are working on neuroscience research, where we are actually working on actually a small tiny field of neuroscience called dermatoglyphics, which directly connects your brain with your fingerprints. Now, we all know that fingerprints are different for every person. However, we are finding out patterns around this, and we are pumping in a lot of time, efforts, and resources in this research, where eventually we want to build a system which will be so personalized that you see it in sci-fi movies. We already have our first portal out, and President of India has already recognized our efforts for the work that we have done for kids. So when we were doing this, when we were actually doing research, and we were working on how to ensure that your midbrain or your brain analysis is like overall becoming better, we did realize that we don't have everything that it needs. I mean, as one person or as one team, it is impossible to reach to a level that you are looking at in your lifetime, 60 years or 100 years. Research does not happen. The technologies, the civilizations don't change in span of 5, 10, 20 years. Sometimes it takes longer. So we did not have that, and that's where we started collaborating with people. And whatever we were thinking to achieve in 5 years, those research has been done in less than 2 years today. So idea or the goal of this exercise was to really share these pointers with you, that hey, what are the pointers to really become successful? And I believe I don't have much time. I've already taken more than what Manohar has shared with me. I have a lot of other points that I want to discuss practically through these kind of exercises, but right now we are just going to cut it short. So I'm going to summarize everything. First thing is planning. Put a lot of time in planning. Understand your target audience. See as to what they are looking for. See your market fit. Second is, think of how you're going to execute and fine tune everything through PDCAs or any kind of models that you want to follow. Just understand those models, focus on it. You can come up with your own model. It's not that you have to restrict yourself into something. As an entrepreneur, the whole idea is to be unique towards an approach. So be unique towards an approach. Come up with your new ideas, come up with new perspectives, understand them, try them. If it's not working, go out and try something new. The third point that we actually discussed is how collaboration really helps if you want to become successful. Humility, patience, perseverance. I think these are the qualities that you want to inculcate right away before even you move ahead. Because most of the time in our early 20s, we feel that हमें तो सब आता, हमारा product $1 billion product है. And it's not just it's not just us. Everyone across the globe, like all the people that I know across the globe, have probably imagined this. Those who have not, you can actually count them on your fingers, like it's like 10, 20, 30 people that you can name immediately कि हाँ इन लोगों ने ऐसा नहीं सोचा था. But remaining people, and probably those out of those 20, 30 people, 2 or 3 are really popular, but remaining people are not. So we have to be practical. We have to see as to how this entire thing is running in our mind, and then put it on paper, explain it to people. I feel everyone here needs to work on their elevator pitch. As founders, your goal is not to be just tech founder. Your goal is to really be out there, really be confident, which is definitely missing in today's session. Not because you guys are not capable enough. I do see that except for 2 or 3 people, nobody's interacting either. I think you really want to build up this confidence. Nobody likes a silent Tom in the room. If you really want to become successful and collaborate with people, you have to be more interactive. You have to reach to that level where you are comfortable. There are techniques that I personally use because I'm an introvert, just FYI. If that's if I mean that's the truth. I am an introvert. I'm talking so much today, or I am able to interact with people because I have tried to learn few techniques. Again, if any one of you want to learn that and know something, feel free to reach out to me. You don't have to restart the wheel, reinvent the entire wheel. I'll be happy to share it with you, piggyback, and then learn on top of it. Okay. But I hope today's session was somewhat interesting, somewhat boring, and it was helpful. If it was, just say yes, so I know that okay, we did something right. If no, then it's okay, just say no, then I know that we did something wrong and we have to do better.
It was great, sir.
I'll not feel bad if somebody says no. Rather, I personally appreciate negative feedback more, just FYI, because that helps you improve. So cool. I think Manohar, sorry I took longer than expected, and we could not cover everything. But nonetheless, this was great.
No, sir.
It was
It is
good
fine.
session.
Hello.
Hello. So thank you, Mr. Nirmal. That was really an inspiring session. We would like to thank you on behalf of the entire Council of IEEE and our college FRCRC for spending your precious time, especially during your busy schedule. Also, thank you, audience, for attending this event. I hope you all have learned from it and enjoyed the session as much as we enjoyed having you here. And also, please don't forget to fill the feedback form before leaving, as you will be getting the certificates only after filling the feedback form. Thank you.
Interesting. That's very wrong, Nijo. That's very wrong. What is the reason for this session? Learning or certification? Very wrong, I must say.
It's for learning only. Nirmal, it's for learning.
Ma'am, I'm just taking his case, please.
And it was very good session and very informative. Thank you.
Actually, honestly, I was not aware as to what
even I learned so many things. Even I learned so many things from you. Thank you so much.
I'm glad you are saying that. I was not really aware what the audience is looking for. Usually we have a very clear agenda. Okay, these are the 5 points that you need to talk about. So it might have gone in haywire direction in between.
No. You were going in good direction, and it was all good. And students really might have enjoyed.
I hope they did. Again, all the fellow CRCites like Agnelites, you reach out to me if you have any questions on LinkedIn or email address. I'll be very much happy to guide you. And these are all guidelines. It's not that patthar ki lakir. You probably are much smarter than me. So keep that in mind. I'm just a guide, not patthar ki lakir. Cool. Thank you so much for inviting me, Nijo, Shushma ma'am, Manohar, and everyone here. Thank you for bearing me for 1.5 hours and inviting me for this. It was great. It was fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nirmal, and all the participants. Participants, you can leave the meeting. Thank you.
Should I stay back or should I leave? It's okay.
No, it's okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Take
care. Bye now.
Yeah, bye.